Right now at noon, the first snow emergency has been declared in Duluth, why the city called it when they did. Plus, how the travel surge from the holiday weekend now becoming a week-long problem for passengers. And NFL Hall of Fame coach John Madden has died at the age of 85.
You're watching KBJR 6 News at noon on KBJR 6, your weather authority.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Samantha Bassarico. We saw even more snow hit our region yesterday, and because of that, Duluth declared its first snow emergency yesterday. That means you had to move your car off snow emergency routes by 9 last night. Any vehicles not moved by then already have been or will be ticketed or towed. The snow emergency lasts until 6 tonight. The city is facing some big questions about why they waited so long to call a snow emergency. City administrators say they don't have a specific amount of snow that triggers an emergency, but last night's additional.
Freddie, did you have anything to say?
I ain't want to do it. He tried to kill me.
You're saying it was self-defense?
I was saying that he plotted to get me murdered.
Tonight on Fox 10 News at 9, that man right there taken to Metro, now accused of stabbing his stepfather to death on Senator Street. We have the latest developments.
Right now in Mobile, there's a lot of things going on. Every time you turn the news on, every time you look at a phone, there's some teenager shot, they're shooting.
Plus, Mobile police responding to Johnson Avenue for the second time last night in 24 hours. It comes after the triple shooting on Friday night.
And the January chill continues. Meteorologist Matt Barrett, your forecast right here on Fox 10 News at 9 p.m.
And then schools continue to weigh their best options for keeping students safe despite some encouraging news on the Omicron variant. Fox 10 News at 9 starts now.
Committed to you. First with breaking news and breaking weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for wrapping up your weekend with us. I'm Lee Peck. We're glad you chose Fox 10 News at 9. We begin tonight with breaking news. Mobile police investigating the city's latest homicide. It all unfolded this afternoon in the 2400 block of Senator Street around 3 p.m., where a person was stabbed to death. And just moments ago, the suspect being led to Metro Jail speaking to our cameras. Freddie, did you have anything to say?
Met following his death today. And after adjusting to his new bionic arm, a Green Bay man is sharing his experience for the first time in more than a year. We're seeing his progress.
From WBAY TV, your first alert station, Action 2 News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Cami has the night off. Snow's been falling that is, for hours tonight, and it's still coming down out there. If you take a look, meteorologist David Ernst says the latest in tonight's First Alert Weather Day. David.
Yes, Bill, the First Alert Weather Day continues. Snow showers in Green Bay, leaving some slippery snow-covered roads you just saw there on the Green Bay Skycam. Similar here in Oshkosh. You can see some tire tracks cut into the road, and the clouds have obviously been out treating, but still snow-covered roads in downtown Oshkosh. Looks a little bit clearer in Appleton, but roads are definitely wet, and this is, of course, downtown College Avenue, one of the more well-traveled routes through the downtown area. So as you get into those side streets, likely that roads are a little bit dicier than what you're seeing, and we are seeing a number of snow-covered and slippery.
Live from the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is WEAU 13 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Haley Spittler. An Eau Claire police officer who shot a man to death last month will not face criminal charges. That's according to the Eau Claire County District Attorney's Office. DA Peter Rindle announced today Officer Christopher O'Neill was justified in using deadly force against LaKenneth Miller. The decision comes following an investigation by the Wisconsin Department of Justice. The DA says a woman called 911 on November 3rd to report Miller broke into her home. O'Neill and Officer Jason Cavaney arrived to find Miller still armed with a knife after stabbing a woman.
Story coming up.
Plus, we'll hear from veterinarians about the best ways to keep your pets happy and calm during the New Year's chaos.
Live from WJHG, this is News Channel 7 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nisa Wilkins. Stephen Maxwell is off today. Welcome to News Channel 7 at 5. Florida's Surgeon General is calling on the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to get out of the way and allow states to acquire more monoclonal antibody treatments. As News Channel 7's Jake Stofan tells us, the move comes as daily COVID cases reach record highs across the country.
In this letter to the HHS secretary,
the ACLU sends a warning to La Crosse County Jail why they're calling out the jail's mail policy.
And risks on the road, your options for getting home safely after a night of celebrating New Year's Eve.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Mike Thompson.
And I'm Amy DuPont. The American Civil Liberties Union is calling out the La Crosse County Jail over one of its policies.
And News 8 Now's Tyler Jobe joins us now from the courthouse live to explain why the ACLU is not happy with the jail's restriction on mail.
That's right, Mike, and union officials are upset particularly about the jail's policy that does not allow inmates to receive paper letters from loved ones. While in the La Crosse County Jail, inmates do have the freedom to communicate with friends and family, but it comes with a cost.
If what you're doing is substituting something.
Okay, we've got you covered. This is 25 News at 10.
As
Okay, we've got you covered. This is 25 News at 10.
As advertised, it was a slush fest this morning, and there's more on the way. Good Tuesday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez. Amber is off tonight. Unsettled weather, along with cold temperatures, make up tonight's top stories. Here's Chief Meteorologist Chuck Collins. What can we expect, Chuck?
All right, it looks like fog tonight with the mild temperatures, Tyler. Actually, those temperatures are rising a little bit, and they'll rise all the way to 50 by Friday. Then they plunge on the weekend in between a couple of weather systems to deal with as well. Let's check those snowfall totals, though, first of all, from this morning. And as you mentioned, slush fest, that was a good word. Germantown Hills, Metamora areas checked in with about 3.2, just a little over 3. Toluca the same, Roanoke and Peoria Heights checking in with about 2.5 inches. Yates City,